Okay, stream should be starting now. Turn on the lights. Lights. Oh, yeah, need this. Okay, looks good. I want to thank everybody for coming out. This is a solo show with just me. Eric. I can't remember why Eric said he was out, but he said he was out. That much I do recall. Let me see something here. I'm hearing what sounds like Hangout dings, but I'm not seeing anything. Well, that's peculiar. Thanks. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Eric is out. Let me check the email bin real quick. Yeah, he just said he was out. Okay. So A at podnutz.com. Oh yeah, we have at least two. What? Ah, Thailand banking cryptocurrency is safe. Good to know, but I'm deleting that email. Okay, we got two emails. So I'm going to do my best to read two emails and not sound completely bad. That's the goal. Looks like my levels look good. Looks like everything like that runs good. So let me just, because it's only going to be me. Let me first fix this. I can't believe how I didn't fix that. Squiggity. Squiggity. Squoosh. Okay. Ah, that looks good. Come here. I'm going to actually close that window. I'm going to do this. I'm going to bump this up. I'm going to have to document the apps after the show. Because unlike other shows, I do my own note taking. Okay, 484 is right. Yep. Bang, ba-dang, da-dang, dang, dang. Bang, da-dang, da-dang, dang. Dang. Right. Okay. I think we are ready to roll. Still streaming live. Record, record, record. Looks like it is recording good. Minimize that. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. Yeah, if there's anybody right now watching the live show, it looks like possibly three people. This is going to be slightly different in the sense I am the only person here on this show, which means there's going to be periodic pauses in the show where I'm getting something together mentally, then I'm going to talk. I'm going to remain as quiet as I possibly can because it's the easiest and simplest for me to edit in post to get rid of that silences. If I feel confident about how I'm doing it, what I can do is set a marker in the audio and then chat during the show just to you guys kind of thing. And if you guys, I am actually watching the chat room. If you guys doing a conversation for me to take a break here or two, I can, because if I mark the audio, then it's very easy for me to remove that audio. With one person, it's very easy to go back and do that kind of editing. Okay. Okay. I might as well. Hey, digital's here too. Hey, hey. I gotta watch two chat rooms. I guess so. I'm gonna watch. Oh, and I'm posting it to the wrong YouTube account. Dang it! I'll have to fix that next week. That's what I think I've already told myself that 2 weeks. Okay, so this looks good. I actually say I'm very satisfied. Uh, we're going to keep. I got to copy. No, I got to copy this. Now cancel the post. Hit discard. Now respond to this down and dirty Google survey. What is your main reason for visiting this Google Plus community today? To use it to post show notes from my podcast. And I might as well take this opportunity to make some Google algorithm, see in their database, link to podnutz.com/Android App Addicts. It's the least I could do. Selfishly inject my URL into the Google feedback mechanism. Next. Did you successfully complete your main reason for visiting the site? Yes, I was successful. Thank you for your feedback. Well, you're welcome, Google. Thank you for being my robot overlord. Okay. We are here. We are streaming. Let me just verify one more time that the stream is running right. Just hit this, and then I click live. Yes, I am still streaming live. Mute that. Okay. 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 484. Hello, Podnutzians. Welcome to Android App Addicts, episode 484. This is DoorToDoorGeek, and I'm joined by nobody. Mark had a choir recital to go to for one of his children, which is the kind of thing no parent can miss. If you do miss, well, then you're doing something wrong. Eric, I also believe, has something to do with his one of his children as well. So I can't blame him for not showing up either. I should have prepared more and invited someone else to come join me this evening, but preparation is not my best quality. To the live listeners tonight, I'm just going to remind you that this show is going to be a little bit different. There's going to be a little bit of pauses here and there that the people downloading the podcast will not hear, because I'm going to need a little bit of time to prepare, because unlike other Android podcasts, I document my own show because that's what I do. Here at Podnutz, we take pride in all of our work, including note taking. Really quick Android hardware kind of update. No real update to speak of, but I will once again speak on the Rock 64 Android TV experience. Rock 64 again is a 4 GB microcomputer the size of a Raspberry Pi, 4 GB in RAM, that is. Raspberry Pi size computer that you can go order at pine64.org. Pine 64 people have released, I want to say this is their fourth or fifth hardware that they came out with. Their operating systems are fair to good. Their hardware to me seems very good. I'm using that as a home theater computer with a front end of Android, because I find Android is the easiest system for my family to navigate, whether they're using a Kodi based system Netflix or YouTube itself. I will say I have been watching a fair amount of YouTube on it. I found Star Trek Continues. There's only 9 episodes. I went through all 9 episodes, and I have no problem with saying it is among my top 3 Star Trek series of all time that I've watched. Star Trek Discovery isn't even on that list. Um, Star Trek the classic series and Next Generation are really closely tied for number 1. Some days I feel it's the original series. Sometimes I feel it's the Next Generation is my favorite. Deep Space Nine, I know I'm a weirdo. I like that one a lot too. Shows like Enterprise, I had a really hard time grasping. Voyager, I watched. It was good. It wasn't horrible. It was good. Um, and Star Trek Continues, it adheres to that same ideology, in my opinion. If you are a Star Trek fan whatsoever, especially of TOS, the original series, I definitely encourage you to check that out. It's on YouTube. Just search for Star Trek Continues. The YouTube experience on Android TV, I will say, was jarring. It was so different than I expected it to be. But at the same token, using the Android TV remote on my Android device made navigating that interface very quick, very easy, very painless, and it worked, I will say, very well. Not fantastic, not perfect. It did indeed work very well. I did download a third-party Android TV remote that looks like it also has a back button, while in the XBMC interface, or Kodi interface now, sorry, the back arrow in the Android TV remote didn't seem to do the same function. So hoping this aftermarket third party app will fulfill my needs for controlling that device. The good and the bad about the device is it runs smooth. Everything I expected to run smooth, it runs very well. My wife sadly said her experiences on it are about the same as her experience using hard kernel version of Android. Hard kernel is a manufacturer of hardware. They're the people who make the Odroid C2, which is a mini computer the size of Raspberry Pi with 2 gigs of RAM on it. She said her experience with Android with streaming content was virtually identical on both devices, which to me is on one side sad because that tells me that her experience wasn't better on this new piece of hardware, which I believe cost about the same money. The Odroid C2 cost me just about $40. This device, I want to say, cost me $44. So it was just a touch more money. Um, but on one hand, her saying that was actually good because that told me the issues she was experiencing was indeed not on the hardware itself. Now, being what I consider myself to be a good trouble shooter, well, that told me, well, then the problem has to reside in one of 2 or 3 things. 1, the quality of the Kodi plugin could be at fault. 2, my local network could be somewhat to blame, or 3, the sources that she's streaming content from could be to blame. That's my natural instinct to first say those are the first 3 possibilities. Now, when I load up things like Netflix, I have 0 issues on this device. I will also say on the Odroid C2 running Android, I had 0 issues with YouTube or Netflix on that device. So then logically, I have to rule out my network as being part of the problem since those 2 applications run near perfect. Um, so then I'm left with the plugin from Kodi or the source that it's streaming from on the other side. I'm gonna guess it's actually the latter is the actual issue. Part of the thing is what we are watching is unauthorized content or pirated content because my family wants to watch what they want to watch. And if I give them a way to do it, they complain to me much less and they seem much more entertained. It's about family happiness, not a complete adherence to every moral and ethical value that is out there. Personally, me, I really don't like pirating content. I really don't like pirating content. Um, Part of me feels good that it's not streaming perfectly, because that tells me the US corporate institutions that we love today have a good opportunity to fill that need. If history has taught us anything about music, that is that convenience always wins out, always wins out. So if the industries make it more convenient for us to watch the content that my family would like to watch, and if they can do it at a fair and reasonable price and not try to gouge us, well, then my logic says then they're going to win in the long run. And if they make it to where she clicks whatever she wants and she's able to watch whatever she wants and it doesn't cost a fortune, my wife, for one, will be more than happy to pay you. So the question is now this is a race. This is a race to the bottom. This is a race to the top. This is a race to the side. I don't know how to put it, but it's a race. Are those illegal pirated streams going to become more stable, or is the corporate entity of entertainment going to pick up on what happened to the music industry and do the right thing, which is give people a more convenient way to access their content at reasonable prices? I don't know. I don't know what to expect or suspect. I do know no matter what, pirating will always exist. There will always be people out there that will not want to pay for it, and that's fine. I also know there are people out there right now who will not pirate it, who will do anything in their power to actually pay for something legally, and they're going to always exist. But I truly believe the huge majority of people are sitting in the middle. They want to do whatever is most convenient. So we'll have to wait and see what actually happens, but I can say right now, if you want decent, in my opinion, home theater experience, not perfect because nothing is perfect, but if you want a really decent home theater experience using Android and you want the availability to have a full-blown YouTube interface, a full-blown Netflix interface, maybe some Kodi interface, and maybe even some retro gamings, you should then look at getting yourself one of my Logic 3 devices. The first being the Raspberry Pi 3, partially because it's the easiest to get and it's a fair price. It's 35 bucks. Second on that list, I would say probably the Rock 64 right now is the second on the list. It's because it's a new device. The operating system can still grow and get better. Or the Odroid C2, which is around $41 you can get. And in my personal opinion, download their official hard kernel Android version, pre-rooted. If you want pre-rooted, if you insist on having things like Google Play TV and movies, I believe you have to go for the unrooted one. Install it, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. With all three of these type of solutions I'm talking about, the biggest thing you're going to have to worry about is what is going to be your input source. There are plenty of very cheap $15-$20 Android remotes you can get off of Amazon. There's $20 to $25 mini keyboards you can get from Amazon. If you think you're going to have to type, I encourage you to get something like a Logitech K400. Use that when you need to type, and then get a more normal looking remote control when you want to just do the up, down, left, right, okay on the screen. I'm having a lot of fun experiencing Android like that. And when I want, I love the fact that I can just switch it over, turn on a NES emulator, and play me some classic Legend of Zelda. To me, that's how I spell good times. Okay, first app I'm going to bring here tonight. It's an app. To be honest, I believe I heard about this app from my good friend Jonathan Nadeau. Let me get my Brave browser once again. Seems it does not want to start acting right. Aha! I do that. I do that. It's acting better. Um, and it's called Be My Eyes. This app is by Be My Eyes lifestyle app. The application full name is called Be My Eyes Helping the Blind See. E for everyone, 695 reviews, completely free to download, no in app purchases, no ads either. 4.9 average reviews on this app. Updated October 12th, 2017, between 10,000 and 50,000 installs. I've never had an install count literally almost bring me to tears, but there's a reason for that. Current version 1.0.4. Um, this is going to, sometimes we're asked to talk about access to your device. This is going to need some access to your device because it's doing your camera, microphone, internet access, and everything. And you'll understand why when I go through what the app actually is. Okay. Uh, Be My Eyes is a accessibility on demand application. That's the absolute best, most simplistic way I can describe it. And I encourage, nay, if I was a billionaire, I would pay everybody to install this app, and I would pay for successful transactions, is what I'm going to say. Um, Right now, there's 42,038 blind people using this application, and there's 5,700, 900, 579,000 volunteers. This is what gives me hope in humanity. It's not Hollywood. It's not music. It's not where I work. It's not politics. It's not social networks. Um, this is the kind of thing that really, honestly, and truly makes me feel better about being me and about people in general. Okay. So there's 42,000 blind people on this, nearly 600,000 volunteers. That is fantastic. This is the gist of the application. A blind person anywhere in the world that r- registers being able to use the same language you use. There's literally like 60 languages in here. So multi-language people are even more desirable. Putting that out there. If you have people all over the world, if you are somebody and you know three people that know how to speak Cantonese, any language, I encourage you to ask them nicely, politely to please put their app on the phone. The app uses its own technology where you'll get a phone call in air quotes. The phone will ring in air quotes. It doesn't ring. It uses its own notification sound where someone's trying to do a video call to you. Automatically, the camera on the back of their phone is the camera that is turned on. Your camera isn't even turned on. Do you know why? Because that person's blind. Okay. And they are calling you, asking you for help to identify something. Um, I had one of these calls, like right after I installed the app, maybe a day. And it was literally somebody in the middle of Africa. All I saw were very, very thin legs and very, very thin feet. I saw a dirt floor. I saw a clay wall. I saw a true, like, wooden table made out of wood, not no, polished wood, not no wood with, uh, the clear coat on it, wood table. I could not really understand what they were saying. They were speaking at a very low tone, and I believe they were not speaking English. I did get a call after that. It took like 3 or 4 days, so it isn't like it's gonna bug you. There's plenty of other volunteers. That's why it's not gonna bug you. You literally might only get 1 out of, 15 of those requests when hypothetically it could be your turn, but it's not gonna happen a lot, maybe once a week. The second one, basically, they had different amounts of money in front of them, and they said, I was told I got, $58. I didn't realize it at the time, but I wanna verify, do I have $58? And if so, which bill is what? Um, this is the kind of assistance that is actually unbelievably easy for anybody to do. Anybody to do. You can be walking the dog, you can be just after getting home from work, you can be out during lunch, and you can help make a simple change in somebody's life who needs accessibility help. Um, I'm a firm believer the people who are more recently blind are the people who are in more need of this because they're not used to or thinking about what kind of help they need. Um, and it's the kind of thing where it is actually making a change. This is not just changing your avatar on some social media. This is not just I'm sorry if I'm upsetting people with this one, but it's not just taking a knee. It's not just raising a fist. It's not just claiming that you stand behind something. It's not just exclaiming how something is being done wrong by people, but instead, this is simply donating a little bit of your time to help people who are in true need, people who are completely blind and cannot see what's going on. Again, I cannot say this any clearer. I cannot say this any more definitive. Install this application. Be my eyes. You'll be lucky if you get bothered once every 2 or 3 weeks, unless you know a very unpopular language. Um, please install this app. Please tell more people about this app. I cannot say it any clearer. Please support this app. This has nothing to do with Podnutz. This has nothing to do with download numbers. This has nothing to do about making a co-host laugh or smile. This is not about making my buddy Jonathan Nadeau feel better. This is about all of us making at least a little impact, a little change, and helping everyone else around them. The app is called Be My Eyes, Helping the Blind See. That's the first app. My buddy Jonathan also told me about a second app. Let me do this right and not break this browser. This one is slightly different. Same almost concept and idea. And I just realized I did not put a link to the app in the chat room, which makes me a complete jerk. So let me put that in the chat room. Um, also put up here. Hey, Mark Surratt, good to see you, man. Here's the other app that I have. Mark also wants me to consider mention for a show for 500 show 500 watch face that we have on the Google Plus group. I believe that is on the Google Plus AAA club group. If you're not a member of that club, please don't hesitate. Shoot me a email at mail@podnutz.com and I'll be happy to add you to that group. You too can download that watch face. Thank you very much for your support, Mark. Okay, this app is called Tellmate Pro. Tellmate Pro. And I just copied it incorrectly. Go back. Let's try it again. Do a better job this time. Tellmate Pro by Tellmate Helper Private Limited Productivity. E for everyone, 24 reviews. This application costs $5.49. No in-app ads, no in-app purchases. Average review 4.4. Updated July 21st, 2017, between 1,000 and 5,000 installs, version 1.05. This is the same except completely different than Be My Eyes. What this attempts to do, and this is a paid app, and I am going to buy it, and I'll tell you why I'm going to buy it later. But what this app attempts to do is allow impaired users, blind users, take a picture of an item and have basically object recognition and optical character recognition tell people what is going on in the picture. Jonathan himself said he didn't have a chance to check it out. He did say it was free for a little bit of time. More than likely, it's going to be free again here soon. But it's the kind of thing that can help people, and it also helps people walk around. He said, if, for instance, you can be walking around in your room, hold your phone up, and it can tell you there's a table in front of you, there's a door to your right. It can actually identify things around you, which is actually kind of amazing as well. So it can basically be a walking navigation for people in tighter areas. Besides having the optical character recognition, you can hold up a can of soup and it can say clam chowder. And and then that you might want to eat that soup because it could be absolutely delicious because it's chowder. So this is another kind of app trying to solve the same kind of issue, but doing it in a different way. I am going to buy this app, not because I need this app, even though one day I might need this app. I'm buying this app to support this developer to keep making things like this and hopefully bringing the price down in the future. Um, I got no problem taking my money and helping companies like this succeed, even if I'm not their target audience. It's $5.95. That's cheaper than a order of buffalo wings. And I eat a lot of buffalo wings now. So I know that. Um, a very cool app, very cool idea. Again, it's called Tellmate, Tellmate. I think it's a really smart app, really good idea. To me, this is like almost pre-augmented reality because the recipient is blind. So it's taking that image and putting it into words. Different technology, and I'm going to say unbelievably more useful than augmented reality. Unbelievably more needed than virtual reality. Both of those technologies, as far as I'm concerned, can die tomorrow, and nothing with this world will be hurt or devastated or not as good. This is the kind of app that we need more progression done on. It would be very easy to make people's day-to-day life a little bit better with an app as powerful as this. That's my personal belief again. There I go, letting my personal belief get in my way. I'm sorry. Okay. Uh, well, that can't be right. Says we've been streaming for 3 minutes. Thank you very much. 28 minutes. Okay. Here is the next one I'm going to bring to everybody. Action Launcher. Um, Action Launcher, I believe, had a some kind of really good social engineering of people, places, websites, and everything, because people wouldn't stop talking about this for at least a couple of days. I believe it was they hit 5 million downloads. Let me see. Action Launcher is the title of the application. Action Launcher, Oreo plus Pixel on your phone by Action Launcher. E for everyone. 83,000 uh, uh, reviews, free to download, does have ads and does have in-app purchases, which I'm kind of shocked by. 4.2 average reviews, updated October 6th, 2017, between 5 million and 10 million installs. That was the thing. They hit the 5 million download mark. Current version 29.0. Oh my, that's a lot. Okay, here's why I'm confused. This has ads in it. This is a home screen replacement application, a home launcher, and it has ads in it. That really confused me royally. What I believe when you go into the settings menu or you go into a menu for configuration is when you see an ad at the bottom, not on your home screen. The only option I wanted out of this launcher made me spend money, and I did. I want to say it was $1.99 to buy the launcher. They've been around a long time. They've helped innovate. They've pushed other companies to make significant changes to their launcher, including Google and Pixel themselves. So I got no problem supporting them. But the main feature I wanted on this app was to have the same type of experience of when I go to my home screen, I can just swipe to the side and I can get Google Now. So I had to pay for that. Then I had to download like a little stub application in order to get that functionality on the device. And I'm happy to. What I'm not happy is that seems like 3 times a day that functionality crashes and I get a little message at the bottom saying that it needs to reconnect, click OK. Um, I would really hope for someone to be at version 29 of their application. They would have this figured out a little bit better. Devil's advocate, could be me and my phone, and it's persistent to wanting to close things when I turn the screen off. Because I just said this out loud, I just thought of that. So I'm gonna have to go in and I'm gonna have to look at my power settings to see if I have that Google wedge app is what I call it, and make sure it isn't forced to kill when I turn off my screen. Now, that was my only complaint about the entire launcher experience. There were options that this launcher had that makes it much more pixel-like experience. One of them is I wanna say it was the, pressure buttons where I can tap and hold on my messaging and go right to new message. I can tap and hold on my Google Play Store, and I can go right to my applications. I can tap and hold on my Podcast Addict, my app of choice, and I can go right to playlists. I can go to things like that. That was a nicety. I didn't think I would actually use it. I personally thought I wouldn't use it at all. I end up loving that feature. It is a very nice little feature. When you hold down that icon and you see those extra choices, you realize you've been doing a little bit more clicking than maybe you've had to all these years. You didn't even know it. Um, so I am liking this launcher. The main reason I really installed this launcher is I know the Google Now launcher is going to die sooner than later, more than likely, much sooner than later. So I wanted to get off of it before it died on me. So if you're looking to have a genuine Oreo or Pixel like experience on a non-Pixel type device, I definitely ask you to try Action Launcher. If you do like it, go ahead and pay the one-time fee. No more ads. Everything works. Um, really smooth home screen. I can say feature rich. The settings and configurations you can do on the launchers is nearly sickening. The amount of choice. It's very easily um, be can become overwhelming to someone who's not at all experienced in home screen, choices. But if you wanna learn and you wanna have fun, I encourage you Action Launcher, I think is a very good one to, go ahead and play with. Okay, last app I'm gonna bring here, because again, it's a short show, it's just me, sorry, people. I have to bring a game, and I have to bring a game that doesn't have a video in the store. I have to bring a game that is a first person shooter type experience, and I have to bring a game that's not VR because that's how I roll. The first glance at this app, I instantly thought GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64. And when you hit me in that special spot no, of nostalgia, it's really hard for me not to click download. Okay. This is called Final Strike Destination to Freedom. Um, SA games, action, T for teen, $1.49 to buy, no in-app ads, no in-app purchases. 29 reviews, 2.4 average reviews, updated September 29th, 2017 between 1,000 and 5,000 installs, current version 1.1, content rating teen and violence. This is a first person shooter. Um, they, ask that you have 3 gigs of RAM and a minimum 4-core processor. Controls are almost stereotypical on this app. You have your 2 thumbs, one thumb is movement, the other thumb is head direction, so you can look around. You can definitely shoot, change weapons, chase down people. There is a sniper scope, I'm 99% sure. The graphics are not stellar. The graphics are not amazing. The graphics are not high fidelity, even. When I say this reminds me of GoldenEye, I mean this reminds me of GoldenEye. Um, just some cheap shoot 'em up, bang bang fun on your Android device. And to be honest, it's a good game to load on your device just to check the sanity of your system and see how well it runs because, you might find out it might not run too good on your phone. What I don't see here, and I keep forgetting, I think I can only see the file size when I'm actually looking at this on mobile, which is really confusing. I would think I would be able to see the download size on a full desktop browser, but I'm not seeing it. I don't know. So if you're looking for a reason to get a first person shooter on your Android device, go ahead and check out Final Strike Destination to Freedom, which the name makes no sense. But I'm not here criticizing any app name. Okay, going to read an email here really quick. This email is from Jesse Beach. Hey, Dor, Eric, and Mark. This is Jesse in St. Petersburg, Montana. Montana? I don't know. MO. Has to be Montana. I guess. I picked up a no, it's not Montana. I picked up a Huawei Watch 2, which is one of the best named device ever. I'm sorry. Because if you look at the spelling of it, it doesn't rhyme whatsoever, but it's a Huawei Watch 2. Just it just rolls off the tongue. It, he goes on to say, and it is my first Wear product. It was about $220 on sale. I've been really happy with it so far. I was wanting to replace a separate heart rate strap fitness watch that I would only use it in the gym. This is the first wearable I've found to have an accurate enough heart rate tracking enough to replace my Schwinn fitness watch. I didn't know how useful I'd find it, but it's nice to leave my phone sitting somewhere else and still get notifications. Good point. Uh, Battery life has been great. I'm usually just above 50% by the end of the day. I'll leave that review. I'll leave that review at that, but wanted to also re reiterate what Mark had mentioned about his OnePlus 5. I am still getting great speed and battery life from this phone. I have the 8 gig version. Oh my, 8 gig version. I've been seeing some rumors that there will be a 5T coming in November. Curious to see what else they will change. I wouldn't upgrade, but my girl is due for a new phone, so maybe I'll get that one and give her mine. Keep up the great work. Battery at 72%. First off, genius, Jesse. Genius. I'm jealous. Genius. Yes. You say, look, I got this phone. I worked out all the kinks. I got it. So it's running real smooth. It's perfect for you. Put it in your hands. See, doesn't that feel good? Perfect move, Jesse. Perfect, perfect, perfect. The 8 gig version, there is little doubt in my mind that phone will be a premier performing device for a minimum of 2 to 3 years. Minimum. Um, One plus one is, in my humble opinion, destroying. Other manufacturers are not keeping up. They're coming out with 15 different versions of phone and they're all mediocre. One plus one constantly hits home run after home run. Not every phone is a home run, but they have the highest percentage in the history of phone development. I dare you to tell me I'm wrong with that. I double dare you to tell me I'm wrong with that. Ask Jesse. He knows. Ask Mark's wife. She knows. Ask Mark now. He knows. Ask me. I've owned them. I know. Period. Best phones, bang for the buck, most consistent phone experience so far. He also had a second email. Oh, and I forgot to mention for Mark, if you are looking for another dash charger for your new phone, I ordered this one with a longer flat style cable to have an extra, and this was one of the better prices I could find. It has been verified that it does do dash charging, and it was about 17 bucks and had it in less than 2 weeks. It's from AliExpress. That's a great price as far as I'm concerned to get a second dash charger. On behalf of Mark Jesse, thank you for being the beta tester. He will absolutely get this link. Also wanted to mention Jesse mentioned that this was his Huawei Watch 2, which is really good exercise for me, just saying it over and over again, really. Um, he mentioned how it was one of the few devices he's found that gives him um, a accurate enough heart rate tracking. That is one of the complaints I've heard about a lot of wearable devices and their heart rate monitoring having, no pun intended, dead spots where it wouldn't get any heartbeat for 10 seconds here, 20 seconds there, a minute here, kind of gaps in it. So it's really good that it is able to keep up and do a accurate heart rate monitor. Um, really happy to see you're getting that good battery life. Right now, it's the very beginning of October 12th. It's already October 12th. We're less than 3 weeks away from November, which means we could be less than 7 weeks away from the next OnePlus device. My only complaint with OnePlus is every time you buy a phone from them, it seems like within a couple weeks, you almost feel like disappointed because if you would have just waited, then you could have gotten this newer one probably. And so far, there's only been, I think, one instance, possibly two instances, where that new phone didn't turn out to be substantially better than the last one. Um, I am looking forward to what they're going to do. They are the most reasonable priced, high end. I still agree with the term flagship killer. The only difference is they're not killing it because not enough people know about it because they're not giving enough free swag away to people like Android Police. Oh, yeah, I said it. Or any of those other websites to get more publicity. There's little doubt in my mind if OnePlus did better marketing and if they actually broached the US marketing system, they would have to charge more money. That's the sad thing because they have to pay for that marketing. But I believe if they could somehow minimal impact their price and broach that American marketing machine, wow, they would sell obsessively well because their quality, I don't want to say is second to none. Their quality is really good for their money. The OS experience, in my opinion, solid for the money. And the longevity of the device that I've seen how good they last after 2 years is very, very pleasing. So I'm really on board with Jesse, interested in this OnePlus 5T, or possibly they're going to call it, I believe, OnePlus 6. Not sure yet. But I'm also sure that I'm not going to be able to buy one anytime soon, if I am ever possible to buy one. Okay, I definitely want to thank everyone for coming out live. I want to thank them again for their patience. This was definitely not a normal show. I'm not a normal person. My wife even told me that tonight. Um, I will say if you want to hear more of my individual ramblings, there's two options you have really. One is to go to the distrowatch.com website, subscribe to their podcast about every week. Sometimes we miss a week here and there. Me and Bruce Patterson hook up, like I said last week, and we just BS for a while, hit record and then publish that at the end of the Distro Watch podcast. You can also go to podnutz.com, click on shows, then click on DDG, and that's a standalone one person podcast that I do that comes out very randomly. Sometimes 2 in 2 weeks, sometimes 2 in 5 months. I'm very sorry, but right now that's the only pace I can promise you. Completely no pace and random. I want to thank everyone who supports us on Patreon. I do believe we have at least one new Patreon subscriber. But I'm very sorry that I'm so disorganized. I kind of missed it, which is not good. Um, but I want to seriously thank everyone for their continued support over at Patreon. Guys like Matthew Fuzzle, you can't see it right now, but I'm saluting you. Thank you very much. I want to thank everyone who downloads us. I want to thank everyone even more if they can share our podcast with friends, with colleagues, with other people who seem interested, with other people that might have a slight addiction to handheld computing. Something tells me we can help soothe their needs on a weekly basis. And with that, I will talk to everyone in about a week. Hope everyone has a good week, and I'll talk to you then. And that was an unbelievably awkward ending to Android App Addicts. While I continue to stream and I come here and I do this, I needed to stop this standalone recording for the Patreon. That was, I don't know, that was 45 friggin' minutes. My goodness. I got a problem. Okay, it looks like here's where the show actually starts. Give me a second, please. Yeah, I actually guessed right for a change. Okay, well, there's dramatically less pauses than I thought I was going to do in this show. My lord. See, I'm going to truncate the silence right now. No. Yes, I'm going to truncate all the silence. So it should make editing at least a touch big easier. I actually had a couple people come out to the actual YouTube live chat. Digital, really good to see you. Mark Surratt again. Thanks for coming out, man. I tried that link wasn't a hyperlink in the chat, and I don't know why. When I tried to activate it, it wouldn't work for me. Okay. Check this out. That is right. Okay, now 5. We need to save the project just in case something go boom. Save project as. Come on. Oh man, I thought it locked up on me. Documents, don't lock up on me. Don't lock up on me just yet. They can lock up on me. Because I saved it. 192, 168, 2. Bang. Bang. File export. Even though it's just me, I'm saving it on my backup own cloud server. Is running on a Banana Pi Pro, another mini computer that literally has nearly 3 years of of 100% or no, nearly 3 years of 0% unscheduled downtime. I think that's the right way to put it. This thing has never failed on me. The only time it's been turned off is when I turned it off and I brought the computer to a conference, or I purposely powered it down for some reason. That's the only reason in 3 years that thing's been offline. It's a beast. It's the only way I can put it. It's a beast. Um, okay, now let me copy this because I gotta publish the video to YouTube before I yawn in front of everyone's face. Gotta document the apps too. Dang it, I keep forgetting. Dashboard, yes. Click the upload button. Click the upload button. Come here and say video 484. Gotta say, man, that's the thing I hate about YouTube. They make certain stuff so easy. Like, it's going to be difficult to leave them. I'm still going to be happy when I do. Edit. That's right. Control C. Control V. Yeah. Delete. Let's do it right. Okay, so I'm going to add them. I'm adding 2 tags: app review and game review, because I'm hoping that the incompetent YouTube algorithm can stop pinging me for violations to its crap because I'm reviewing an app. And hopefully it will see that I have in my tags app review and say to itself, to its algorithmic AI machine learning self, this tag says app review, and I have a claim against it for an app. Maybe they were just reviewing the app. Eureka! AI is born. Okay. Okay, so I first brought Be My Eyes, so I'm going to document these actually in the right pattern too. So what the hell happened there? Yeah, come over here, man. Thank you. Thank you. Be My Eyes. No, you piece of crap. What is wrong with you, man? Man, this brave browser has literally just went complete flakerific on me. Okay. Copy, paste, copy, yep. Copy, keep, paste, paste. DoorToDoorGeek and free. Delete, copy, post, show apps. Pen, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. One app done. Close. Second app is Tellmate Pro. Not a great name. Not a great name. See My Eyes very quickly and very absolutely conveyed the message. $5.49. I cannot believe I remembered that. Copy the image. Paste. Paste. Oh, that I knew there was something else I wanted to do. I wanted to say I was going to add the spreadsheet link into the notes again at the request of Todd. If I don't listen to somebody like Todd, possibly sent 50 emails into the show, who the hell would I ever listen to? I think he kind of deserves to be listened to. I'm doing this in the wrong order. I just realized that. Final destination strike was 149, 1.49. That's okay. I'm going to do this, then come here. And say Control C. No, what are you doing there, man? Control C. Control V. Yes, now I can delete. Yes. So let me come over here. Control C. Post. Show apps. Paste. Include that action launcher. You know, it might be me. Let me check that really quick now that I say that. Let me come here. Honor 8. Go to Power. The phone manager. Slide to the side. Go on lock screen cleanup. And it was a weird app name I had to install to get that Google Wedge. So I had it on my home screen. But it did look like it was an official Google app. What the hell's going on here? No, something happened bad here. All these apps should not remain open. Z should not remain open. Oh, this is the other way. Okay, don't close. Okay. So don't close Phoenix Glimpse. Let me just review this real quick. Action launcher. It is. It was marked don't close, so it ain't me. Dang you. Okay, but now I don't like this. That apps I installed also put itself in this list. Not good. Not good, fellas. Calculator of the game, close. Colotuino, close. Data Wing, close. Enigma, close. Final Strike, close. Firefox, close. 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 No, I'm going to leave that open. Close. I'm going to leave that open. Close. Mattermost Classic. I'm going to be nice and say keep it open. Close, close, close. Wow, it's a lot. Force, close, close, close. Wow, this is a lot. Quick. What was quick? What was QUIK? What the hell was that? QUIK. That's a GoPro video editor. I can definitely, that doesn't need to be open. No, close, close. Skimmer scanner. I actually want to stay open. Space up. No, no, no. Close, close. Man, my battery life should turn out fantastic now. My goodness, this is crazy. Okay. So now I'm literally tempted to set a monthly reminder to remind myself to go into that app and check it out. Okay. So finish documenting Action Launcher. The problem is Action Launcher, and it is that wedge application. It's not my phone, at least, you know, I'm telling myself. That was free, so I'm going to mark Action Launcher as free, even though I paid, I believe it was $1.49, might have been $1.99, to enable the extra Google Now type functions. Worth the money, because it's your home screen. You literally use it hundreds of times a day. If anything's worth it, it should be that. Okay, so let me go back here because I messed that up. Click the right button. Yes. Okay. Yes. Close. It says it's done processing. Okay. So then let me close. No, I'm going to leave that. Yep. I'm going to close. I'm going to close. I'm going to close that. Now I need to go back and, oh, I missed one. I missed one. Copy image. Always forget to copy the image. And that Action Launcher doesn't really change images. Not that matters. Click, delete, copy these 4 apps, start up my lovely, doubly handy dandy G-Edit, do a global find and replace, because that's how I roll. Ever since getting into Notepad++, I find myself doing global find and replaces a lot, doing some kind of basically hackery bulk editing, because I keep all my things formatted in a certain way. Okay. So I can close this one, but I cannot close. Right, that's what I can't close. Paste. Now I need to copy that back, and I'm going to copy that into Gedit. Perfect. Right? I think it is. Okay. This is unlisted. This is custom thumbnail. This is done. Let me open up Patreon, post this for the helpful Patreon people. Post video. Come here, click that, click this, hit stop, click that, hit enter for verification. It's working. Click copy, paste URL in, click copy. Video Android App Addicts is correct. Hit copy, paste like a charm. We're not going to add tags for this one. This one is going to be available for Patreons only. Set early access 4 days. Publish now. I'll slow down for a second. Let me make sure I did this right. Oh, now I need to kill this live stream. That's what I got to do. So I can fix that description, because it won't let me fix the description until I kill the live feed. So let me close this. I can close that. I can close this. Thanks everybody for coming out. Rhino, Swift, Silicon Dream. What are you running on that Banana Pride door? I'm running Bananian. a custom LaMaker version of Debian called Bananian that has two specific commands on it. I believe it's Bananian dash update and Bananian dash config, which works a hell of a lot like Raspy dash config. But it does give you one or two specific banana options, like what hardware are you running on? When you select what hardware you're running on, it automatically optimizes uh, certain operating system settings for 256, 512, 1 gig of RAM, single door, quad core. So it automatically sets some of those settings when do the Bananian.config. Um, the only issue I had with it in the very beginning was the same issue we used to have with Raspbian back in the day, which was if you tried to set a static IP address on the device, the network would stop working on IPv4. So what I had to do was go into my router, do a reservation for that Banana Pro's MAC address. Issue solved. No problem. Works like a charm. Thank you for coming out, Mark and Digital. Okay, guys, I'm gonna drop off here so I can finish doing the editing for the pay Patreon patrons. But while I leave, go ahead, everyone in the chat. I leave you this video to watch. When you watch this video, please think of me, and I will see you guys in about a week.